Let's start getting into action, right? So now we're going to just set the bar. We're going to write down our goals, plain and simple. We're going to have a clearly documented plan of attack and playbook. You don't want to spin your wheels. You don't want to throw spaghetti at a wall. And more importantly, you don't want to be at the end of the year and then be like, oh God, what did we do last year? I don't know. What was our plan? We have to write these out. It can't just be a blanketed, generalistic goal, right? And I always use this acronym. I didn't invent this. This is like something from the 90s that people have been using for a long time. It's a SMART goal: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So this is an example. Like, I want to hit 3 million in revenue by December 31st, 2026, averaging 250K a month with 12 qualified appointments a week at a 33% close rate. It's very specific. It checks everything. Just saying, oh, I want to do another million, that's not so much, right? And even if that, like, validate that. Why do you need to hit that revenue goal? What does that money mean? Money is useless without the meaning behind it. So what are you doing with that money? Are you expanding your business? Are you trying to grow a bigger business? Are you getting of the age where you want to cash out on that business? What does that timeline look like? So really kind of measure yourself, challenge yourself, really come up with a goal that you are committed to hitting. And once again, I mean, there's a lot of studies out there. I didn't make this up, but we all agree if you write down your goal, you share it with other people, it becomes tangible, it becomes real, and it challenges you. The more people that have their opinion on it, sometimes it fires you up as well. I don't know if you're like me, but I get a chip on my shoulder when somebody tells me I can't do something. It fuels me. And also kills procrastination, most importantly. So, okay, I said 3 million. I'm running 3 crews. Why? How? Ask yourself, why do you want this goal? I want to build a scalable business that I could pass down to my family. I want to take care of the people. If I've been in business 20 years, those people like family. When you do business with somebody, it's a family, even though they're not your blood family. Some are, like in my case. You're with these people 8 hours, 10 hours a day, week after week after week. You spend more time with them than your actual family. So of course you want to take care of them. And then if you're like me as well, 50 years old, you probably don't want to be on a roof anymore. If you're still on the roof, you probably want to get off. So like, I just made these up, but whatever your reasons are, great. Validate them. And then for this, the example metrics, these all pulled up. We reviewed that as well. Like I said, use those worst case scenarios and then plug it into a sheet. And I like to work off a spreadsheet that I can gauge. And this thing, like I said, it's a calculator for you, right? And I'll kind of zoom in so you guys could see it a little bit better. And this is it. Just type in what it is, your average roof replacement. Okay, boom. I said I'm doing 2 million, so that was 100 jobs. And my goal is 150. So that's 50 that I wanted to add. And it starts giving you numbers that you could work with, right? And then marketing spend, 3 to 12%. So this is what you would spend to try to get that extra million. I'm not saying you have to spend this, but this is on the low end, right? The low percentage. The high percentage would be 12%. You want to put a higher percentage? Change it. Let's say I say 5%, whatever. So that's your budget for the year. And then siding jobs. Okay, a lot of you guys also do other exteriors. You could do commercials. You could type commercial jobs in here. What are you currently doing? What's your goal to get? Pop it in here, spend. It'll give you a price. And then up here, it gives you, okay, if I spent $157,000 in marketing and I got 150 roof replacements, this would be a little bit over $1,000 per new customer. Am I still making money? Yeah. Am I happy spending 1,000 for customer acquisition? Depends. I always like to ask the question, what's the lowest cost to get a new customer, a new re-roof? It's how much am I willing to spend to get that? I want to cap it off. I want to have a range. Of course, you're always trying to get the lowest. That's why people love referrals, because for the most part, they're free, but it's hard to scale referrals. So you have to ask yourself, okay, well, if I'm spending $100 an ad and every fourth ad becomes a new customer, then that's $400 that I spent. But what's the max that you're willing to go for that? And you have to be comfortable with what you're putting in there. And this kind of helps you come out with that. Because then you're like, okay, well, I'm not comfortable spending $1,000. My margins are too low. That's way too much money. Or my goal isn't that aggressive. Well, then you could change it and put it to a 3%, 2%. But you gotta spend something, right? It's how many pennies am I stepping over to pick up that dollar? That's what you have to ask yourself. And then pricing, right? We put all our pricing up front on our website. You should too. That's another big trust factor. People are asking the question about pricing, even if you don't want to be like me and put your pricing on your website because there's so many factors in, put a range. Like, what are the things that could make it that range? Is it because of the material? Is it because of the size? Is it the amount of pitches and all that other stuff? Like, no, it's all different factors, but you should address that because that's one of the first things that they're gonna click on when they go to your website. Don't be afraid to talk about things that you're uncomfortable with. And then funnel analysis. You could do this, you could copy paste this and do this for other things like how much traffic a month, what is it going to take? If you're trying to get to that 50 number, right? Let's just say if this is how many people are coming to your site, this is how many leads you're getting, this is how many customers you're getting, here are your conversion rates. I mean, you can do different things to tweak these little knobs. You don't always need more at the same conversion rates, right? This is what you would need. You would need more traffic. You would need more leads at these same conversion rates to get to where you want to go, to get those extra, well, what did we say it was? It was 50, right? So it was 200 divided by 8. So it was 25, right? That was my million, 7.5. But here you go. So this kind of gives you like an analysis of your traffic, how many leads you need. But you can do better with the conversion rates. You can either get more leads from the current traffic you have by having a better website with better trust factors, better optimization, little widgets to give people pricing ideas, or you could get better qualified leads as well.